Hey, Composing Gloves here, and today we're going to be talking about accidentals, the black keys. So what I'm going to talk about is going to seem weird because you're learning it on this grid, not in written music. It will make even less sense when we talk about scales. Just telling you right now, it's going to be weird. So there's the easy version of this where, we have a C and we have D, E, F, G, A, B, C, blah, 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 blah. What are these black keys then? Well, they call them sharps and flats and double sharps and double flats, which can sometimes be the actual notes. I'm going to omit double sharps and double flats. You can extrapolate what they mean from sharps and flats, but I don't think we'll need them. Dang, scales are going to be tough when I talk about this, but we're just talking. I'll talk about them a little bit. So we have C. When we go up, we get a C sharp. D, we go up, we get a D sharp. E, F, F, we go up, we get an F sharp. Here, it looks like this. We get this little sharp sign. See that sharp sign? Well, the text doesn't get bigger. That doesn't help. But it shows you all these other cool controls. So we get this sharp sign. That little pound sign means it's a sharp. Now, I'm going to come into written music for a second. Don't panic. Just relax. So if we go from a C to a C sharp, it looks like that. So this pound sign is representative of a sharp. However, if we are going down, if we go down, see, it doesn't do it. They would see an A sharp, but I'm sure there's a setting somewhere. We are going to be working in flats. So we will have a flat. So like a D down this is a D flat, or from a C up, this is a C sharp. When we have two note names for the same note, this is called an enharmonic. They're called enharmonic spellings and all these other things. So enharmonics are the same note. Now, and from the pitch video, I pointed out that sometimes these enharmonics actually are tuned differently, but it's like a tool that we use for very specific times. But we are using, our tuning scheme is equal tempered. So it doesn't matter. They're the exact same pitch. So don't need to worry about that. But it is a thing you need to be aware of for later if you want to mess with that kind of stuff. But it's sort of beyond the scope of a basic understanding. So you just need to memorize that if we are coming up from C, this becomes a C sharp. So on here's a C, which you've now memorized the keyboard, right? So it's C, and then we go up C sharp. And now we've got D, D sharp. But if we go down, so we have D flat. Now we have these weird ones called double sharps and double flats that become and roll when we start getting into minor scales and other unusual sets of scales and notes and things. So they're called double sharps, double flats, where occasionally the note you're going to be playing, actually I'm not sure this would play a role here because no one has to interpret it. I'm going to tell you anyways. So sometimes you need to write a C even though it's technically not going to be a C in the chord spelling. So, for example, let me pull up the written music, explain to you sort of why this is even a thing. Well, you also have these things called natural signs. This is what natural looks like. This is what a flat looks like. This is what a double flat, and this is a double sharp. So, for example, C double sharp. So C and then sharp and then sharp. Now it's just a D natural, right? So you say, why don't you just write out a D natural? And you could, but the way the scales are set up here, every other line plays a role. Like every line in space helps us spell chords and things. It all works together to complete one great whole. So in written music, sometimes it has to be on the C line. Like if it's not there, you're breaking rules. So it's got to be there. It's not in the key. You'll learn what some of this stuff means. I'm not sure if I'm going to go crazy in depth on this for like a basic music theory series, and we could get into a lot of composition before this ever becomes an issue. So just so you know, sometimes that plays a role. So we invented these things, double sharps and double flats, to fulfill that role. Here, you don't have that option. I mean, I haven't read the manual on how to do this. So maybe there is an option. If anyone knows the option, you should drop it in the comments, bro. Or even make a video about it and drop that. But yeah, so occasionally if you need a C double sharp in your chord, later on we get theoretical about things, it might come up. Probably will. We will just write a D natural. And we'll just say that's C double sharp, even though if we were to write this out, it would be wrong. Not right. I've never tried this, but it'd be interesting to write out a bunch of double sharps and drop it into a Midi file and then bring it in and see what notes they're playing. I would assume it'd just go to the D. So it's because no one needs to actually interpret what we're doing, but it makes it less intuitive when we're thinking about it. If you are a composer who's used to writing music, this is it's a weird thing you just can't do. Let me see here. Helpers. I know there's tools. I know there are chord tools. I don't know. I haven't looked into the background of this like that crazy. I've seen the chord things before. There are file tools, helpers. Let's see, helpers. Nope. Snap, select, group, zone. There it is. Stamp. And then you have melodic scales that you can pick from. We'll talk about these. So you drop them down. Kind of some cool options. These are more cheat sheets that people with written music will not have. Such a weird thing. So if you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe and have a blessed day.
Red, yellow, green, white, purple, red, yellow, wild, purple,